And then I'm gonna try not to keep this long. I watched Doctor Who season 1 or season special 1, whatever the heck it was called. That came out this week. Good, that mess.
Oh no.
I'm gonna try to make it quick so that everybody who was looking at it, I'm gonna make it short, but I just have to go into this woke rant. Oh my gosh, I even got all my people up here.
How do you mess up Doctor Who? Like,
I have to like switch out everything. Just
he done brought out the cyanide. Oh, okay.
yes, good. That stuff had your stomach turning. I know I'm gonna have to do this while people looking at us on camera. Oh yeah, this is. I'm just gonna keep it at this. This is my expression, Nene. Go if you want to have. They had everybody. They had everybody. Nene,
Oh wow. He said I gotta bring out all the heavy duty.
This stuff, what they had on here, Nene.
It's Doctor Who. How do you mess up Doctor Who?
You talking messed up, man. I'm pulling out the family.
God, dog. He's having the whole family. Ah, golly. That's like what, 6?
I had to move this back so I could pull out the family. The family, I'm pulling out the family. Did y'all get all this? I don't even know. This picture was so woke. If you thought the other trash where they had the woman broomstick bandit on there, who just decimated it originally, lost 2/3 of the viewership. Yeah. If you thought they was going in a new direction, your boy David Tennant couldn't even save that film.
No.
David Tennant, it was the only salvageable thing about that whole 1 hour episode. I see why Disney bought it. Was written with so much.
No.
The Pandora. They had the black guy husband on there because you got David Tennant, Doctor Who. You got Donna, who used to be one of his companions way back when.
Oh, yeah, Donna.
Somehow she intercepted with the Time Lords, got him put inside of her, so he had to wipe her memory to keep her brain from overloading. If she ever remembered him, she would have died. That's the premise that came over into this. So never like Donna because she was loud and obnoxious. Just no.
But that's not River. No, I'm thinking.
Yeah, so just no. So, but anyway, the Pandora was her husband, who she married, who wouldn't take her last name, and he pandering to her, well, these are my 2 girls. Now, when he talking about his 2 girls, you know who was in it also was one who was, yeah, they bought that whole mess in. They bought that into when I'm just sitting up there wondering, once again, I don't understand why we can't just get a black female to play it and act just, no, we got the Rainbow Coalition, had to be represented in it as well through the whole show. And it goes into the pronouns of making sure you call him or her and she and what's the pronoun. They even had a part in there where they wanted to call the creature when Doctor Who was talking to the creature. He gonna sit up there and say, how do you know that he'd like to be referred to as a he? Girl.
An alien?
Yes, talking like a fool. So that was had so much of this woke girl you couldn't get through. And lastly, let's not forget the broomstick man. Oh Lord, have Madonna.
Oh no,
they gonna sit up there at the end and gonna have the nerve to say, well, it'll be different. We wish that you were still a woman. So I understand that we're talking all these pronouns. So just because he's in a male body, that somehow we throw out the whole narrative, and now we just assume by misgendering him that he just identified as a man. So they can look at him in that instance of trying to put woman against man, of how much women are better, and we wish he was still a woman. But then you don't ask if he identified as a woman. And then we go into when Donna was somehow supposed to be getting her memory back of trying to be this doctor. They start going through this whole BS of this is the binary, non-binary. The doctor is neither woman nor man. Girl,
The doctor has all. Okay.
Just
Okay.
and what we say, and what I have always said, during the last broomstick band where they had a woman, I didn't look at it. I looked at, I think, the first episode, and I tried, and I only did that because, like I said, family members like, oh, let's give it a shot. No, just no.
Right.
I looked at one that was like for the past 5 or 6 years. However, I didn't look at a single episode with her on it. Didn't even care. It wasn't. And once again, we always go. It's not because it's the woman. It's because of the writing. I think in one of Doctor Who, they went into this whole episode where they trying to show that men are getting pregnant.
It
took, yes, that was on one of the woman episode. Just try. And so with this, it's the same way we go into transgenderism, pronoun speaking, men pandering, untraditional, don't take the last name. Oh, this is my girl. Just one scene they had in there with the boys, they was walking down the street toward their house in the middle of the night, and somehow some boys on the other side of the street riding bikes or something, calling out name, and they tried to make it seem like it was homophobia or transphobia or something. Cause they just calling you name. Just random.
Wait.
Just
Doctor Who.
That whole picture.
It was a space adventure and finding different universes. How did we get here to modernize society into?
And then when you go into looking at like some of this, when you go, I was looking at Rotten Tomatoes, looking at some of the feedback, and it was so funny how you can tell the woke people who wanted to try to put, because I think on Rotten Tomatoes, it got like 60% from the audience, and you only had like 9 reviewers who was like, I guess, critics or something, and they all gave it 100%. And we know any critic comment is all woke. They all woke, all liberal. Just throw them off in the trash. Just don't.
Go check out our donkey.
Nothing that picture is not 100%. I don't give a care how good a picture, how. And every time you seen one of the normal reviewers try to give it, they all giving it 5 stars. That movie, that one episode is not 5 stars. Not the BS they putting on it. Even if I say I'm only giving it 2 stars because it had David Tennant on it. That's the only reason it's getting 2 stars. And then they come out, they got more episode, one coming this and one. And I'm through with it. It ain't even worth watching it.
Because it sounds like they accentuate the whole essence of the Doctor Who adventures, and now we're trying to modernize it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. And that's why Disney bought this BS. And that's why Disney got it and wrote this BS into it. Thought that they tricked you. You're right. They give you one trick. Yeah. The brand that you thinking David Tennant gonna be in there, and they're gonna get back to the original way they were. Trash, y'all. Whoever trash. That mess was trash.
How do you mess with Dr.
And so what happened again? My TV is gonna cut right back off until maybe somebody down the road tell me that they got sense enough just to keep it in the space of normalcy. Yes, I said it, the space of normalcy. Doctor Who was always known by who? His companions, his female companions.
Amelia Pond.
Amelia Pond, Souffle Girl, all the Claire, all the
River.
Absolutely wonderful. And then you get into this, all this BS. And I feel, and I really do, I feel for the people of London. I don't see how the hell y'all making it in London. In England. I don't even see how with this woke level. And I thought America was bad. And America is, don't get me wrong, they bad. But God, when I seen you take I don't know why all these idiots take classics, jack up the classics.
That's the thing.
Like you can't just get your own woke fest mess. They'll take something that's a classic and ruin it. I'm done in You see, I bought the whole family. The whole family came. The whole family.
After what you told, I don't blame you, because they knew that the OG fans was gonna come running because we wanted to see David. You know what I'm saying? We thinking like, okay, we're gonna go back to our adventures, his quirkiness, and have a little fun, the little sidekick and everything. How do you?
They ruined it. And like you said, everybody could tell you after they got rid of the woman. I'm just gonna say it just like that. Once they got rid of that woman, that horrible, and it was. I still gotta say it's the woman. I still say it's the writing.
Yeah,
because they put all these political points into it, and they just take away. Like I said before, people want to look at Doctor Who to get away from reality. Just go into just seeing aliens and creatures. And just enjoying the Doctor coming in at the end of the day to save the day. What they need to do is write an episode where Doctor Who saves the world from from wokeness. That's what they need to do. They need to have a thing where he saved the world from wokeness.
He got his little thingy.
His screwdriver, his sonic
the screwdriver. You know what?
You couldn't, Nana. You could, and then then you know, in a place so they had the lead army that was a woman. Don't get this, a disabled woman in a wheelchair in this some type of plant where the spaceship land, and I'm looking like, you know, you can't go up the stairs. Why are you in a plant? And then she got Nene so that her wheelchair can shoot out darts and also missiles.
Why is she out there?
You can't make this stuff up. Now, and then after they got through telling the doctor, we wish she was a woman at the end, because he was like, oh, but since Donna had her son, all of them, the pandas gonna come out to me for misgendering. So after you had the son to come out, who's now transitioned into a girl, so somehow when he was born, some of the energy passed from her to him. So now they tried to make it so that Dr. Donna and these idiot Pender and Broomstick Ben, oh yeah, I liked him, and he said Dr. Donna. And then now also, like I said, her son is somehow, he also inverted the power. They just, so at the end, after they said he wished he was a woman, and then he was like, well, I still got to get the power out of y'all because they're going to slowly kill. Well, then if you was like a woman, and we can tell you would never understand because you're not a woman, but I don't know how you misgendering.
What does that have to do with him saving you?
You used to be a woman. You mean you just got through saying it, like it's like the doctor's man and woman, but somehow now he don't understand the woman and the transgender woman.
Wasn't he just a woman in the past season? How do he not understand? Like, okay.
God, they was all powerful in the essence of they gonna sit up there and say, we know how to like really save ourselves because we are just more intelligent. So this is what you men might not understand, and that other women do, is just you just have to let it go. And the power, girl, you couldn't.
I would have let it go ahead and eat them up. Okay, you got this thing. You got the power. Okay.
No,
didn't he say slowly killing them?
My hand was on the skip button.
Why are you running?
I wanted to give it a benefit of that, but it's only because the cyanide slowly poisoned me just enough for me to try to look and see what's going to happen with the alien. And so, and that's why I keep telling people, if you go back to the original, go back before the Broomstick Bandit took over and jacked up Doctor Who, there was a point where the Doctor had his adversary called the Master. The Master took in what did you call them? They re-energized it when they changed it. I forgot the right term already.
Transmission or something?
No, he goes through his like resurrection point.
Yeah. I don't know.
But anyway, the Master changed to a woman, and I don't know who she is, and y'all probably can put it in the comment. She was absolutely wonderful. She played that freaking part as the Master. I mean, she was quirky, kooky, wonderful. She played it masterfully.
That's what we love.
And I knew, even when I seen that, I said, oh, I bet you next time he taking transform to the new Doctor, I bet you're gonna be a woman. So, but I said it not in the essence that it was something bad, but I knew that they were not going to be able to transition, because what should have happened, the woman that played like the Master, changing into a female, should have been the Doctor. She should have played the Doctor. They should have kept the normal writers, and that would have went wonderfully. But when they put in all, not just because this woman was like you said, he changed into a woman during his resurrection. But it was just merely the fact, the writing. You could start seeing all of this political correctness. All that BS is what turned people off from Doctor Who. It isn't just merely the fact, and like I said, more like I said, mercy to the woman. Like I said, you got some women who are just still, like I said, feminists and liberals, and they go along with them. No, if this person, it was, to me, it was bad writing. But if that person thought that somehow that mess was good, then you part of the problem.
Yeah, the whole thing, like you said, it's like because the Doctor's always been a man when he transitioned, transformed, whatever. He's always been a man. So with them taking like this big step with like making the Doctor a woman, it's like they try to rewrite everything surrounding like the essence of the Doctor, which, he didn't care about that stuff. He had bigger things to worry about than like modernized issues, because he kept jumping to different planets and stuff. The last thing he cared about was social issues. So it's just weird that they try to make the Doctor care about social issues. He didn't care about that because that wasn't his issue.
And that's it. And I mean, and that's what I think, like I said, so disappointing. You had a successful strategy. You had a successful process in place that has been utilized throughout all. And I mean, we talking people, for those who don't know, Doctor was back in the 70s. I think I watched the 80s with the one who had the scarf. Like, we watched like the old, and so even when the new ones came out, we were like, oh, okay, let's give it a try. And they were still wonderful. They were all wonderful up until they got to the political correctness, when they transformed to a woman. Then all of a sudden, all of this PCBS, and they lost. And what amazes me, they lost like 2/3 of their viewership, and they still hung on to this mess somehow year after year. And I know they wasted money.
Oh yeah.
Somehow thinking that I guess they thought that somehow we were going to come back and start looking at that BS. So they don't went like maybe at least 3, 4, 5 years, unsure, because I haven't done one, but I know it was a long time. I never looked at a single one of the episodes. I was excited when they said that she was finally moving off and they was finna transition somebody. So then when they seen David Tennant, we was excited because like, oh man, now they finna, like I said, redirect the ship and get everything right. No, they didn't. Nope.
And no, that's the one I had started with David Tennant. So like, like you said, when I had saw like on Facebook, so they're bringing it back, I said, okay, let me jump back in and see what they doing. You know what I'm saying?
You had David Tennant.
Now I'm scared to watch it.
You had Matt Smith, you had Kapop. All them guys were great. You had the right to, even when they had, like I said, one of the girl who was lesbian, black girl, it was still decent, still one. But you could still start seeing over time, like, oh, you know where this is going.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, they lost their original writer when they got into this bit, and that's what happened. They got rid of all the people who was wonderful, whatever. And that's what pisses me off about these liberal woke people. They get something that other people, the normal bigots, who build up something successful, and then they come in at the end of the scene with their capes on, and like they just want to come in and just come into the place of power and say, well, like you didn't do nothing. And I'm so sick and tired of us handing stuff off to people who have no power, no authority, never did anything, but then they'll come in with their big heads and they big ideas of grandeur. This is how we're going to do. And then even when they trash it and you see it trash it, they will stick to the course of running odds full wide right in the hill. We know it's just decimating, but we can see the numbers and the stats and the viewership, but we're just going to keep on pushing it, and we're just going to have to accept.
You're gonna like it, all right? Like, Doctor, that is not the target audience, because like you said, they trying to bring it in. That is not y'all target audience. Doctor Who has always been for adventures and fun and like, oh, let's solve this mystery, da da da. You know what I'm saying?
Like you said,
not even a mystery, but saving the world. But
and like I said, David Tennant, like you said, and I'll tell you, still to this day, David Tennant's the only one I give props to. I give props to Dunn. In a sense, she's still the same obnoxious person. Still, and I can see why they use her in this, because it is that same obnoxious feminist type rhetoric that they think that wouldn't make a woman as strong. It just not. It just doesn't, and I don't know why. And I can see that's why they picked her as one of the companions. Because you couldn't get Sweet Claire, you couldn't get Sweet Amelia Pun, you couldn't get all them who really, like you said, excite that innocence of adventure that you saw. And they had a point in there where he tell him like, Donna was really like my best friend. No, it wasn't, dude. You was with Billy Piper, Rose, and
I swear,
you was way more closer to them than Donna. I don't even want to hear why somebody wrote that message in that time. She was really like one of my best and greatest friends, and she was always so strong and smart and intelligent. The same narrative BS. They want to put broomstick bandits on a pedestal as just. Girl, no.
Last time I checked, I thought he sent her back home with her father and mom. And remember he put that thing around her neck, and she was like, "No, I want to stay with you." He was like, "Yeah." And he sent her back out. What you mean, best of friend? He was going to the end of the world for Amelia.
Yes, please. He was.
I would
have preferred this picture. What would have made this picture best if they would have had just David Tennant on there and nobody else. And I see it. Yeah. I freaking see it. If you just had David Tennant, you took Donna off there, you took the transgender son, girl, took that mess off there. If you took the women hitting the man, like take that mess off there. Just take the mess out of it.
Who hit men on there? What's going
His
on?
mama, he came in there, her mama slapped him. No, not you just go.
Okay, so we done made this a soap drama.
It's just everything that was wrong. I think I was looking at the picture on what we call Quiz Lady on Hulu, when the woman was using all these narrative words, and the girl said that the Asian woman said, "Those are all the words that I hate." And I understand, expect every time you see it, everything you. How can I forget? They tried to put in religion, because I think they had an Arab looking guy, and forgive me, but the perception of they had like an Arab guy who was like in the military, while everybody else was wearing dun and helmets and stuff. He was running around with just a turban.
Okay.
And they showed him like 2 or 3 times, so they can let you know. They say we open to other religions, so he got his turban. So we want to give you the perception of Islam or however it may be, because he got his turban on, so he's Arab. In
the middle of a battlefield. We're gonna have him
like, okay, so where's the woman with the hijab? I mean, let's do it all.
Let's go up, go big, go home.
I know we done talk too long. But like I said, my crew, y'all are here for what I've been, because like I said, it's a crime shame when you build up an audience who is used to the certain way it go, and then you try to think that somehow you're gonna make them
conform.
You think somehow you're going to make them accept this BS. And even though, so it failed, I'm going to just be blunt. It failed when you had a woman on there with all that political mess, trying to make these women seem like superheroes, and you saw that 2/3 of your fan base didn't like it. You kept it on for years. It virtually really, Doctor Who just died.
Yeah.
And then you tried to, they were going to try to trick you by bringing David Tennant back in and say, oh, wait, see, we're going to get back to what it used to. No, they just put David Tennant in us surrounded by a bunch. Imagine yourself being dropped off into the middle of California around a liberal college with a whole bunch of woke people who's trying to surround you. And no matter how great a star you is, you got so much of this mess surrounding you that it overshadows the actual person who could come in and save. So they actually brought in a person who could come in and save, and instead of bringing in the actual writers and stuff to get back on point to where they at when they was height. Could you imagine selling a product when you was at your height?
Yeah.
And you saw all of the factors that made that product famous, and then you hire in a new marketing lead, and this person come in, and you can see the numbers tanking.
So what we do? Let's just keep going with it.
Course correct, people. We finna run into the fire. Course correct. They just run
numbers
straight,
don't lie.
eyes wide open, right in the hell. Just fly into it.
Numbers don't lie. People can say it's opinionated, whatever. We are not going to sit here and act like the numbers did not drop significantly when y'all switched it over again. And like you said, they try to trick us because we know what comes with his name. We know what type of doctor he was. Y'all knew that we was gonna come back looking for that. Y'all just going up and it's going right back down again. Cause that's not what he stands for. That's not what his whole premise was when he was acting back in the day or whatever. When he first came out.
Is that even if they had it in terms where they had the woman actress playing Doctor Who, why do you just look back at how well the Master, when the Master was the one who playing the Master, how successful was still with her there, and you could be like, oh, okay, we can try to get that personification. The person was not likable. We keep trying to tell them, you keep trying to make these women into men positions. You try to make them like they're better than the men, or trying to be what men. It just doesn't work. Especially, and I don't know how many more failures London and the Western world and the BBC and your main audience, especially talking about science fiction, is men. And I ain't talking about the soy boys. I ain't talking about the soy boys. Men. The nerds, the geeks who loved that whole technical.
They grew up with adventure.
Oh my God! When you look at the feedback, everybody, oh my God, that was like you knew if it was a guy, it was a soy boy. You just like, it just because they all, everybody who thought that it was like, oh, a nice move, they gave it 5 stars. It was either 5 stars or 1.
No in between.
No in between.
That's scary.
And I said, I'm harder on the people who gave it 5 stars, because ain't no way in Patootie that episode was 5 stars. That mean it's perfect, and I feel you can't even tell me. So that's how come I know y'all sore boys and sore women. Y'all pandering. You can cut that mess out.
Yeah.
And in reality, if you didn't have them people did it wouldn't have been no 60%. That movie probably been more like 20 or 30%.
Because true fans know what we're looking for when we see Doctor Who, and that it has nothing to do with social issues and all this. It was the adventure, like
escapism. It was the journey. It was I can end up anywhere in space and time and see any alien, any civilization, anything.
Things
but
like this over here. Oh, you gotta get this over here. Oh, you can't go there without this. It's like, it was like, what do we do? Oh, we gotta go to this planet to help out and get this thing to go back and say that planet. Oh, you can't move too much.
I mean, you had each one had their epic moments where you had Amelia Pond and the Angels. You had Claire, you had oh my god.
That was traumatizing.
So many. You had it's just no, you're good. No, I'm just like kind of ranting, but it's just like when you talked about the one who told there was nothing epic. The cyber, like you had all of them. You had the destroy the doctor.
Right.
You had epic, like you said, kind of villain race and stuff. And the man always use his wit. The doctor always use his wit to overcome. Always, you like,
impossible
but situations. That's it. You could see the writing. You could see that people thought out how to do it, and it was wonderful.
Yes, it was fun. It wasn't like everybody was like, "Oh, I'm better than you. I'm better than you." It was like, "Okay, I'm good at this. Okay, you do that. All right, what's this?" Like they worked together, and it was like you said, it wasn't forced or anything. Yeah. It was like just a natural flow. You know, at first Amelia didn't know what was going on, but eventually she was like, "Here's the screwdriver. You know, I'll fix your bow tie." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, the popcorn ain't popping on this one.
How you mess up Doctor Who, y'all?
That's it. I gave it one episode. The rest of y'all, good luck on your journey if you keep on. But yeah, that's it for me. I am not looking at any more of those episodes. I'm just not. Just the Doctor Who is dead. Let's just put it like that. Doctor Who is dead.
Doctor Who is dead.
It is.
Well, hey, if y'all do want to know the good essence, just go back to the old ones.
That's true. Before they put the woman on it, because that's where all the political correctness stuff. When just because she was the one, it was the political correctness, and you're trying to make a woman in the place of a man to be masculine, and it did not work, and people did not like it, and that's how come everybody tossed it out, and 2/3 left.
Yeah, 2/3 of y'all numbers dropped. Fix it. Okay.
And then the worst what they did, they sold it to Disney. You can't get no worse than somebody selling it to the trashy Disney. You can't. Okay, but anyway, y'all, that's it. Nene has talked enough, y'all. Nene has talked enough.
I'm sorry. I get carried away sometimes. Forgive me.
All right, Nene. I know this one is gonna be a long. I know y'all have said this is gonna be a long one, but God, it had to be said. Because when you take something that's so cherishable. Usually, sometimes you watch something when you're a kid, and somebody said, "Don't go back and watch it when you're grown."
Yeah.
But in this case, go back and watch those older pictures, and don't watch what it is now.
Everything with Amelia was lit, okay, for sure. Yep. You will not be disappointed with that season. All right, with those seasons. I
remember when I was upset when Matt Smith took over for David Tennant. I was upset. I remember I was like, because David Tennant played for seasons. I mean, him, Amelia. Yes. Like, dude, they played for like seasons.
Like, do y'all understand?
Wait, no, it wasn't Amelia Pond. No, Amelia. No, my fault. Let me correct it, y'all. Amelia Pond came in with Matt Smith. Let me change it.
She did?
It was Rose Tyler. I think the other girl was Martha. She was a black girl who was on that. Yeah. She was kind of like the military. But Martha and Donna, he played with those three. But Amelia Pond came in with Matt Smith. But I remember when he woke outside her yard, and she was like a little girl at the time. Because that's how it started off. You know, she was like, "Hey, Mister, whatever." But I was like, "Who is this weird looking guy?" Like, oh man. Mm-hmm. But he came into it. Him and Amelia really came into it.
Yeah.
Him, Amelia, and Rory, her boyfriend.
Yeah.
But you like that dynamic because, you know, he was still kind of like, dude, this doctor, and, you know, he was my woman, and she running off with him. You know, that kind of made it kind of funny on all of them because no matter what, all the women ran off with the doctor and the boyfriend kind of left. Like, hey, I don't trust you, know, but it was always that that good, you know. It was always
It
wonderful to
worked. It
watch
was
and see.
natural. It was natural.
But now, then, like I said, they think you gotta have women on there, and then she got men companion. No, it doesn't matter how much you all keep till you try to say that. Oh, well, men is all right by looking at a woman and so on, seeing men one up behind a woman. Women don't
It's
even
not
like
the same
men running
vibe.
up behind them. It just doesn't. It doesn't work.
It's not the same vibe. Like it's not.
And
Yeah.
so, oh my gosh, I know this one long. Okay, y'all, we wrapping it up. Nene, take us away, Nene.
Okay, everyone. Thank you for the support. We really appreciate it. We hit our first 2K. You know what I'm saying? Thank you all. We
Oh,
are still going to provide you with the real for the right.
thank you,
We're
thank
still
you.
going to provide you the real reels for the real. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll keep you updated. Boom, boom.
All right, y'all. Until next time, hopefully we can bring y'all into something that where the popcorn is popping. But this popcorn ain't popping, but it's up to you all and us to make sure we keep the popcorn popping. So until next time, people, keep the popcorn popping.
Pop it. Pop it, pop it, pop it. How you mess up Doctor Who, man?
They gonna keep on.